Hello, folks of YouTube. I'm Essel. Welcome back to Danganronpa. We have received information, which is that switching language is very hard. So I keep talking about switching to Japanese at some point to try it out. It's going to be too hard, basically. We have to replay chapters, I think maybe in 2 or 3, V3, excuse me. This will be easier, but for right now, we're just going to presume that it is what it is. So if you're watching on the VOD, thank you for being here, number 1. And number 2, make sure you consider dropping by the stream, twitch.tv/Essel_TV, Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully we'll see you live. All right. Double checking my settings real quick. Make sure we have our settings correct. We do indeed. All right. Well, let's get rolling. Oh my god, hold on. Wait, hold on. I got it. As soon as I said that, my second monitor got screwed up. Hold on 1 second. All right, here we go. Everyone heard the monocle shock formation, and they were gathered by the red door. There seems to be all there.
Monokuma appears!
Hello. Hello, hello. Are we doing This is 2 trials? 2 distinct trials? He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks like because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it only looks like I multiplied. The after image technique? Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then everyone's here ready to go. Please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Oh, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away from this, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already I didn't do it, for serious. That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate that it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first, and then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to... do it. You know, I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the 2 that lost their lives. Alright, gamers. This is gonna be a good one. The one who killed 2 of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. So you think. I'm not so sure about that.
Damn.
I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude. I agree. I mean, it's funny sometimes, but not right now.
Just the worst.
Yeah. This is not gonna help. Took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. Began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, here we go. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. Here we go. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. Yeah, so yesterday, or last time we played, it was 2 days ago, Celeste was high on my sus list, as well as y'all's in chat, it seems, because she was very, very pointedly, to borrow a mafia term, running town. Every decision that was made on the day of the murders was orchestrated by Celeste. As soon as we picked her up, she made it. Every time we saw Robo Justice, she was the one who pointed out where they were and where they were headed. And almost everything else she had a hand in, including leading Aoi away from Hifumi's corpse. It's just too sus. It's possible she's not guilty here, right? That remains possible, but it looks super bad. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you guys together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Yeah, something is weird. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Do you hate me? And how'd you get a photo, right? There's lots of questions. Do you hate me so much? But I'm so cute. He's pretty cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around in the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I would never be like, stay tuned with the action-packed flash trail after this commercial break. I did. Yeah, I did that. Sorry. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opens once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes. Oh, yes. And hella SP. Okay. Focus gauge decreases more slowly. Oh, that's awesome. Costs 5 SP, holy cow. Was this the, who is this from? Is this the final one from Kyoko? If only, yeah, there's no, we can't argue over, we can't. This Monokuma is cute, it's just like a gut check. Is this bear cute? No, or yes. I don't know. Yeah. All right, we can check actually. Yeah, it was Kyoko. Neural liberation. Very cool. Alright, let's do it. So better focus time. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Okay.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
Aoi's being played right now.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
Self-report from Celeste.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know!
Oh, true. Is Hiro really the killer, or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. Here we go. Make your argument. Jam time. All right. Three things. Justice, costume, message, and blueprints. Here we go.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No!
Did her hair get spiky?
Hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
Yeah, look at that.
No! Just hold on a second!
Let's see.
Everything we found in your room.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
The
Sorry.
blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
Maybe I'll hit the blueprints.
That you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
This is like a fair enough shot to me.
Hiro, why?
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all...
Oh, okay, it did work.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong.
we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different.
You're talking about
Wouldn't you
Alter
say?
Ego in front of Monokuma?
When you compare it to the blueprints,
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Not in front of Monokuma, though. In front of Byakuya, yeah, but I don't think in front of Monokuma yet.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
That I don't buy.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
what?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Thank you, Byakuya. And of course, he passes it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The one that must have been in the suits. Hina, Hiro, the Illuminati. Wait, what? Hina can't have been in the suit, right? She couldn't wear it. She tried it on the day of, and it wouldn't fit. And wouldn't she get accounted for the whole day? Wait, I'm so confused right now. Maybe the argument is that Hiro was in the suit, but not the culprit? Because it couldn't have been Hina.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being
Ace
in the
Attorney.
Robo-Justice suit.
Again, folks, it all comes back to Ace Attorney. You didn't see Will Powers. You saw the Steel Samurai.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Byakuya on point right now, unfortunately.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
I hate to say it. Yeah, Sakura is very based, as always. Has Sakura, I don't think Sakura has, I think, never not been incredibly based the whole time. Yep, they must have been the dolly. Present key item.
I got it!
The tarp.
I got it!
I got
They
it.
were a dolly and a tarp, right? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository.
Heartbreaking, worst person you know makes a valid point. That's Byakuya in most trials, except for the last one.
And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
Yep.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they use the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply
Celeste
didn't
is
realize
looking
it?
very bad right now. She also was the one who unlocked the repository.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Objection. That's how I respond. Objection.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you.
We
anyway.
didn't finish Celeste's social link.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
This is true. You don't have to say it out loud. I have never heard anyone sound on it being so mean. Maybe they can change their minds. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Oh. Another one? What? Your ammo? Oh god. Okay. Hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. Oh my god. Okay. 1 bolt to destroy a single remark. Okay. No bullets, you can't. X to reload. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I like Crypto the Necrodancer. Okay, I like it. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So this is a bullet time battle. This is fast. Okay.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Hold on.
Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
What?
I cannot agree. You are a fool.
What?
So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your
What is the
worst.
beat?
Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
I know, it just...
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved,
That's
have
not
it
beat
right
mapped
here.
well enough. I hate to say it. It was fine until it wasn't.
when I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire marking
So,
that matched the dolly
it is
wheel's
important
tread.
to note that last time we did not BTB the culprit. We BTB'd somebody unrelated.
The killer probably
So
rolled
this
the
no
dolly
longer
through
means
the
it's the
blood on
culprit. It
accident
means it's just
as
somebody
they
getting in the
wheeled
way.
the body out of the room.
It still makes Celeste look very bad. She does not look better from hearing that information. But it does not mean she's the culprit. Just want to remind everybody that. Yeah, we was talking last time. Yes, somebody very invested. And Celeste may just be convinced right now because she was the one who got attacked. The other side of this is that Celeste could be innocent, and she's pissed that she got attacked and wants to clean this up.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Just, does Celeste really hate me that much? No, I think that's sus.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way.
No, that one,
Let's get back to the main subject.
that's sus,
Yeah.
however.
The subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
There's no handle on the dolly.
If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
How the body was moved? Yeah. I know how I understand. Personally. Personally, I know. Alright.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
So true.
And from there, The body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Uh-oh, target located.
Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
The pitch shift. Alright, there we go.
As we know, and from there.
Yeah, then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind.
Well, yeah. All you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong. Actually.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly
Couldn't
without
you
a
push it
handle
with your
if you
foot?
stoop down low.
Couldn't Robo-Justice kick the dolly?
But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my... Oh, yep. Can't see my feet at all. Okay. Can't bend at the waist.
When you're in that
Robo-knee,
suit,
yeah. Much
not
like Captain
only
Falcon.
can you not see your feet, but you can't even
Yeah, I
bend at the
forgot you
waist.
can't see your feet. That's true. That makes it even harder.
Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
Celeste. We just said that.
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
No chance. Can't take it off by yourself. No
I
shot.
don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't get it off. Well, help. Can't take it off by yourself. Clasp on the back. All right. The thing is, here's my problem.
That's true. It seems
like,
impossible
really
to
does
put
not
the
look
suit
like
on
Celeste's
or take it
handiwork.
off without help.
I'm curious if the game is pushing Celeste. We're forgetting something else going on here? What else could this be? Because like I get pause. I always pause whenever the game starts to push somebody. Right now Celeste like looks really bad game wise.
Then you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just
It
making it
could
up?
be. I don't think it's Hina either. I don't know. It'd be wild if it was like. Man, I'm trying to say. Oh man. It could have been Celeste in like a moment of opportunity. Like, what if Hifumi was setting this whole thing up, and then Celeste like pulled the trigger on the last second?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
There's so many layers here.
he could have gotten it off by himself.
I am fully like
I don't
not
think
aware
he
of
would
what's
have let
happening.
us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really
It could be Hero
really
still.
true
That'd be
that
also funny.
Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Celeste looks so bad right now.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Was hit by Robo-Justice.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it before we rush to a verdict. Shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Deathbed. Yeah.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
Thank you, Jill.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself.
Mono, can we just stay for the courtroom drama? True.
We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone.
Okay. So this is Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, Sakura. Could not have hit Celeste with the hammer.
That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
I think this looks like a self-report from Celeste. Is what it looks like the most. She couldn't even hit herself with the hammer.
I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
Can she even know that?
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted
It's true, it's true. The photo could be
soon
timestamps
joined
too.
in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
See, like, this is what I'm talking about. Celeste was running in town. This is a bad look. This is a very bad look. Celeste pointing out the shadow. This is a bad look. No one else saw anything.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor.
Why were you on the 3rd floor?
And I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Another intense scream. The costume man is so
And then-
sus. So, like, we know here that Celeste could not have killed Hifumi. She was upstairs. We saw her. She was not there.
at that point, we decided to divide
Or
up
not
into
killed,
two
I guess. The
groups.
second bonk. We don't know exactly what killed him. Second bonk could not have been Hifumi. Because it was Hifumi who was yelling there. She couldn't have done the second bonk. Could she have done the first bonk? I'm not confident. I don't think so. Yeah, if she set up something from the sound.
Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
It's weird that
I left Celeste
Monokuma
and
pulled the
Hina
trigger
there
on
and
that,
headed
even
back
though
to the 3rd floor, to let the
Hifumi
others
wasn't
know what
actually
had
dead
happened.
yet.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered
Sorry.
Taka's body in the equipment room.
Forgot to go offline.
We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same
It also
time.
would have been very hard for Celeste to have killed Taka, because she was only racing a little bit ahead of everybody. You know what I mean? So like, it would have been very tough. Like, Makoto found this body, so it would have been tough. I'm suspecting Celeste of being the accomplice, I think, is where I'm at right now. Like what Byakuya did last time.
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
But I don't know why yet. Yeah, I don't know why she would do it.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office.
It would be so hard for her to have done that logistically, while also running everybody around the stairs. Like, I don't think that ever happens. The physics lab is like way too far in the back.
But right after we left the physics lab,
Because if she went up the stairs just to the 3rd floor, said, "Oh my god, here he is," and that was like seconds later, there's no way she got into the physics lab, killed Taka, and then left. Or like kill Taka, dumped his body in the physics lab, and then ran back and go, "Oh my god, I saw him go this way." It would have been way too long.
we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
So there's also either a secret passage, or I'm suspecting still that Ifumi walked, which would be convenience, of course.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Yeah. Possible. Are we all hallucinating this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
So this is the part that makes Celeste look the worst, though. She moved the bodies to the repository, which was locked before she found it, and presumably unlocked it. Why is that?
I think that about
Celeste?
covers it.
Why did you do that?
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Exactly.
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
Sure.
Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Yeah, that's possible. Was the repository? Oh, right, inside only. Yeah, she couldn't have unlocked it from the outside. So, man, makes a complicated thing. Unless she was inside and it's like, "Oh, hey guys, sorry, I was in the room the whole time." Oh, this song is so good. Okay. I'll just read the file.
So,
Blow to the head, similar weapon. Okay. So the message is the handwriting. Wristwatch is the time of death for Taka.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
How do you know that, Hina?
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Not so.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
What?
Shoot!
so, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Shoot!
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if,
or perhaps it was after.
we already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
Did a flashback?
What
Hold on.
makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer.
While Taka's dead.
Did he flashback the order maybe?
So it's
Let's give that a
obvious
shot.
Taka came
Yeah.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was, we already know what order they, Taka came last.
Oh, I went too fast, sorry.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true that Hifumi was killed.
I think this is it. The file. So the file is just the victims and then blow to the head, similar weapon. I think numbering into the order.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding I wonder if we, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed.
Nice. Nice.
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Feels good.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
Flashback feels very smart, very big brain.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in
No,
order,
that's wrong.
but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
7
Okay then,
a.m.
let's see the proof.
So the thing is, though, if Taka died at 7, Celeste was in... No, Celeste wasn't in... Celeste claims to have gotten bonked at 7. Hangman's Gambit. Watch, probably. WTT8. Oh, WRIST. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
Oh, 6.
It must have gotten broken when he
Oh,
was
7.
attacked by the
Oh.
killer. Because as of last night, so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
So even if we trust her on that,
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder
that's
were
true.
out
It's
the
not just
window.
Celeste. Now it's everybody.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
So, like, it could not have been Celeste or Hina who bonked Hifumi the second time. We know that.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together.
Yes, so this one is true too. Celeste could not have really done anything with Hifumi. She is like hard cleared for the Hifumi stuff.
And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment.
She is not hard cleared for Taka.
At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
That is also true.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged
was
Taka's
passed
body
out,
out of there
hero.
right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Okay, I'll be right back, folks. See you in a second. Be right back. And we're back. Okay. Thank you for your patience, folks. Let's do it.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
She's right.
That's true. We searched everywhere.
It's
but
a good
we couldn't
deflection,
figure
too, if
out
she
how
did
to
it, but
explain
I
his
doubt
body
it.
disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. She was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in this short amount of time. So if Celeste is cooperating, this means that she took Hina. Oh no, Hina went to the bathroom though. Although maybe I don't know. It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move
I
itself.
called it! I called it. Huh?
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
So now comes my biggest question. Why did Monokuma do the body call?
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in
I'm
reality
telling
he was
you.
still alive.
The walking theory was correct the whole time.
Alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply
It's so
walked
funny,
out on
Rachel.
his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
The question is why?
That it isn't possible.
All right, glasses is the big one.
Are you saying...
So, hello, Shrew. Oh my goodness, hopefully you're doing well. Is that a good time or not? Hopefully you're doing okay.
There's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of
Ooh,
us.
burrito time. We love to hear it.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
So that was when Taka was
there's a
discovered?
chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
The
Surely you
timing,
heard the
though.
body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oops.
Shoot!
Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead.
I'm getting
without a
nervous.
doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Wait, what is happening? So how do I say Taka
saying
here?
that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why
Yeah,
the
dead
announcement
body had
was
been
made.
found.
Are we really so sure about maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery?
Are you
Maybe
saying
Kyoko's
that when
statements?
we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible.
Yeah.
Hifumi was dead. Without it, and you know that surely you heard the body, the Hifumi's dead body, and that is why the
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay. No, that's wrong. Let me get thrown off Hell in a Cell. Yeah.
Was the body
The Undertaker
discovery
vented.
announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Could just be timed really well.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First
It
of
was
all,
a double.
if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2
Fell off my
announcements.
chair support arm.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
Or Hifumi wasn't dead.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement
No,
is
that's
that
wrong.
it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Ding, ding, ding.
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Yes, we did. Okay, there's our swimming room. Second time was when? Just after Hifumi came back to life. Are you really sure about that? I think I'll try to remember. Mention it. The second announcement came right after if we woke up for the second for the last time, I think. What? Oh, I'm sorry. No, that is true. Wait.
I got
I'm
it!
sorry.
We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the two bodies.
I'm just throwing for content. It's for content. I swear, it's not. I'm not moving too fast. Ding dong, bing bong. Okay, that's all the end. Blah blah.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Also, it contradicts Hifumi not being dead there.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office,
I'm not
he wasn't
half-hearted.
actually dead yet.
That is true.
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Yes.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the
The
nurse's
glasses.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
What if Alter Ego told Hifumi to do it? Yeah. What if they were talking and Alter Ego decided to blame Taka and told Hifumi to do it, and then Taka bonked Hifumi back? Or I don't know how this works. Never mind. But we're getting gears are turning. The gears are turning. Terminator moment. Yep.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
We got it. We got this one. It's only now. It's the glasses. Bingo.
Well, here's one thing we do know.
One heart.
The first time we found Hifumi's body was
Careful.
in the nurse's office.
Gotta be sure.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Then,
Celeste,
was he really still
you're
alive?
being
Of course
uncharacteristically
not.
unobservant.
It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
Uncharacteristically, Celeste. This sounds good, Shrew. Hopefully we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so this one we got
Well,
there.
here's one. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time
We saw it was in.
But when you compare his
The
body
white noise has been
Other
really
than the
cool here.
change in how it was, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses.
Yup.
That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
As Wayful said, false. That statement was incorrect.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Exactly. Was.
I got it!
Oh, thank God.
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean.
No, that's wrong.
And the mascot on the
And
cloth
it's a very lay person thing to
on the
say.
digital camera, right?
You're not saying objection, right?
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
There's not no question.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is...
How did she
the
say
blood
the
on his
star
glasses
emoji?
was wiped away using his own
Or
glasses
the star
cleaning
ASCII
cloth.
character.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used
We
one
didn't
of those.
see that though.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it! It could only
Yes,
have
that's
been
right.
Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Oh,
Well, after the bodies
Yes.
disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
yep, over alter ego, that makes sense.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
Can you guys really not believe it?
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
And wait, there's more.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The notes. Oh, rip. Smirk.jpg. Yeah. He keeps that MF note on him.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Yes. His
Okay,
pants.
well, forget about the pants. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we could use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little
Oh, rip
different.
one.
In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the
yes,
killer
his
got in
pants,
touch
true.
with another person besides Hiro.
That is the main thing. We're talking about the note that Hifumi had tucked in his pants from Taka.
And that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants. Wait, what are we talking about? I was thinking about the memes. Taka.
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Yep.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
She said it.
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Genocide Joel is seriously scary, but still. I can't let her get to me. Bullet time battle? Or no? Okay, no. Oh, God.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
What?
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Bonk.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong.
No! There absolutely is
No,
a connection.
there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet.
TikTok is integral, true.
The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way
You guys
out.
bit.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Because Hifumi wrote the note. Which means Hifumi made the Robo-Justice blueprints?
He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
The Taka fragment, probably? Yeah.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw
We're
that
on
his
the up and up,
lifeless hand was
folks.
gripping a small
Regenning
scrap of
HP
paper.
at an alarming rate.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note for leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
I'm sorry, you're right. But we're building influence at an alarming rate.
Exactly.
I'm so
Which
sorry.
proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
But then how did Hina...
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
It'd be wild if it was still Hiro.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
Yes.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain
Didn't
knocking
Hammer
around
3
that
disappear?
skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either.
Or Hammer 4, maybe.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So if Celeste is involved, she's unlikely to be speaking up right now. This feels like going a little too far. I don't know. But I don't know. But also that's like, you know, if you're an imposter, you also do that. I think they took... Murderer took the hammer from the nurse's office, washed it off, and like you bonked Hifumi with it in the repository, and then washed it off, put it on the hammer rack.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
I still don't understand this argument. If you have a small hammer, I guess if it's wooden, right, then it may be. But like, I don't know. Like if you get like a regular like metal hammer, you could definitely get somebody with that.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Hammer time, yeah, I agree. Yep. Somehow I have to find the truth. This is a long one, folks. Very lightly, I guess. Smallest hammer, there we go.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
I'm tempted to fire away.
Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Please tell me they reserved that.
Seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers. And, that's about it.
Please tell me they reserved it. Please.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
We could just fire away here.
Was it Justice Hammer 3?
Oh, it's so
Maybe
tempting.
Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Heroes.
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear.
So here are the talkers in the
The
beginning.
murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
Yeah, right, because they're contradicting, right? It wasn't like a contradiction to the prior. No, that's wrong.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Real upside not related to the game.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. but for some reason,
Zombie merch.
one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
Ding, ding, ding.
If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice hammers used those as a basis for their
There's
design.
actually some missing from the rack.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that was the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
It's true. Make your arguments. Oh, good.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Is the possibility of an accomplice really that insane? Or is there some chance?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right?
Alright,
In
we're
this
shooting
case,
two murders into
however,
impossible.
There were two murders.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, and assuming the rule holds true, it is...
Let's go!
No, that's wrong.
Flashback time. Okay.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
We did get it here or something. Destroyed 100 white noise lines. Oh, here, let me just Yeah, I agree. A little clunky.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit
Bingo.
two separate murders.
And we got that already.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
So they did.
And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but as separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this. I'm telling you, it's because she already played the game once.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Good point.
That's problem numero uno right now.
I think just because, like, if you're too good at playing the game, it looks suspicious. But I don't really see it in this case. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates up until now, the way the case is unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. It's gotta be Celeste. It's gotta be Celeste. Because how else did you get the photo, right?
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
No. Oh my god, they've been playing the long con on this. This was a situation where Celeste had, earlier, like, there was, like, an inexplicable scene where Celeste had, like, ordered Hifumi to make her tea. I'm curious if she just, like, was like, Hifumi, we're doing this, and he was like, okay.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to
Ding,
the
ding,
two
ding.
of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
I got it! The behavior they had in
Oh,
common has to do with the
did I
suspicious
perhaps
individual in the
call
suit,
it?
doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Yes. I'm sorry, Hina, you're in the wrong school.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Saw a
We
shadow.
headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
No, we didn't get to finish your social link.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Yep, the strange costume man. Right off as soon as I screamed.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Blood-curdling scream, blood-curdling scream.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Oh, was she running town, perhaps?
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan.
Oh, wasn't there a bit about signaling people?
Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
Ding, ding, ding.
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Let's really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, fighting and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body.
I think we mentioned it even.
Then Makoto showed up
remember.
and told us Hifumi
I
had been
thought
killed.
that came up on stream.
So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yakuya said the Celeste count doesn't make sense. What's he alluding to?
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was...
I think I do
They
this.
must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die.
Just like
Nice.
What's wrong?
We're getting the hang of this. I hope.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Ding, ding, ding.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
If this is a swerve, this is gonna be insane.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Steve.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Yeah, drugged hero makes sense.
simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away... Hifumi is dragging the suspect away? Dancing or drinking? Possible, but unlikely. Oh. Oh, wow. Yeah, we hadn't thought of that yet.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. Is that really possible? We're gonna find out. We're in deep here, folks.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Oh yeah, there's an option.
You dressed me up in that suit, then you just draped me across Hifumi and you tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, If the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up straight.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Totally can't bend at the waist.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
New sprite alert.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Good sprite.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
She's becoming the Joker?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay
She's
dying?
becoming the Joker. Who attacked you? Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
That doesn't help right now. I appreciate that, but that doesn't help.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
Thank you, Sakura.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Oh. I actually don't remember this at all. Hold on. It's gotta be this.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us
Did he?
all by our last names!
Exactly. I know
Oh,
I
yes,
heard him
yes,
say
yes.
Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the
Indecent?
name any different than normal.
Please relax.
But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to
Except
anyone here.
unless Celeste told him her full name and it's not Celestia Ludenberg.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
The acting in this is fantastic.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
Yeah, this would have been a little more lost on us in the JP. My assumption is she's right now kind of like slipping into a different dialect of Japanese, which would be very obvious to Japanese listeners. We could probably figure it out, but it'd be harder to tell.
Well, do I?
Yes, Celeste, I'm sorry.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name
Miss Celestia Ludenberg, could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
So then, all right. A second BTB or no? Yeah, this is super good. Oh, the handbook.
Fumi was
Oh my
trying
god,
to tell us
Kyoko was on the ball. Oh my
He
god.
wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
Holy cow.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to
Kyoko,
be you,
on the ball.
Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
Oh my god.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
Is that Jill? I love how Master yells at people. Incredible.
Pretending, it's the truth.
Oh yeah.
And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is, moron!
Oh, we're out of time. Okay, hold on. I didn't realize.
Hifumi was trying to tell us that he wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
If there's one person,
It would have to be you, Celeste.
So you find that
haven't told
white noise
anyone
this
what
time?
you-
how many times? Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go
I
on
love how
pretending?
Master yells at people.
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
See ya.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
That's it. The handbook.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Yep. Mawa.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Closing arguments. Here we go. All right. So, Hifumi and the Grey Demon in Hifumi's room. Is it seduction? It was the orb again! I actually have no idea what's happening here. Oh, where's Alter Ego? Okay, we'll figure that out later. Yeah, thank you, Hydra. Where's the killer summon? The killer summon first. And it was Hero. Yup. Act 3. No, that's 6, yep. And we're 4. 3. Yes. It was the orb, actually. All right. This feels pretty good. Haunted Orb 2 where I got bopped? Yep. So I'm convinced this is... Huh, what was it? This is how did the killer recruit their accomplice? I guess there's just accomplice? And that's just who the accomplice is? It highlighted accomplice? Let's find out.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that
So my
person
theory
was
is that its alter ego was the sort of thing. Okay.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him,
Oh, yeah.
they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice
Let's
suit.
go.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste. Sorry, you lose.
Game.
I lost?
Celeste has never lost.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such
I wanted to see the end of her social link.
They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Kirby wins.
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Aha.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Yep. Okay. We take an A. Oh, heck yeah.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
No. Welcome back, Shrew. Welcome back from the burrito dimension. No. Well. F.
What?
It's basically a formality. This time, once again, you are totally correct. The blackened this time, this true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. It was! I'm surprised! I mean, this was very devious, but there were so many holes. Fumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Fumi with this. But it's alter ego. How'd you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would happily agree to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Did you use, you know... I knew you figured it out, Kyoko. Yeah, I did. You're absolutely right. If Fumi died as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. I'm increasingly convinced about my theory about Kyoko, by the way. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one who stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used this to drag Hifumi into the plane you come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how I disappeared, I paid Fumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
Hoping I could talk to you, alone. It is about what is stolen. I know who did it.
What?
Ah, yes.
are you okay
It was
with this?
Taka. He stole it. What?
So then,
I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and taken pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Ifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how'd he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
as for me,
He came for me to my room less than announced, then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. I mean, I know he got a little crazy, but
Say what?
never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I mean, I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something that I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna effing kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go right now, I'll be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
Taka's planning to use her to escape, and he's made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka's going to try to kill you. What?
indeed.
All so he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I've come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect the item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do is make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he made something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why'd you make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it.
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I am so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. Jeez. I could cry.
Well,
But when you're explaining your plan to Hifumi, how'd you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you'd actually let him live?
Are you okay with
That's
this?
simple. After he did his part, pretend to be dead when someone showed up. I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded, he was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that. Well, of course, there wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was... While you were questioning about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so no one could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. All seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to level the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. Yeah. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's not honest. Sure, simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we're nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really for money? Are you talking about the 10 million? That is a lot of money, that's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape. Oh.
But
All along you've been saying we have to accept living here.
You little bitch! bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. She was very good at this. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And you wanna know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have been nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I made risk my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. What was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was going to have them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. I'm so happy for her. That's what life is all about. She's the ultimate Chinibio. That's the truth of the matter. My own winnings, Monokuma's was $10 million to make that dream a reality. Right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
she's created her own like fake European identity and wants to live in a castle surrounded by vampires for the rest of her life. It's perfect. Unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, don't have any regrets, because I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
He's not so passionate, but really with a kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, good for her, right? She can make it work. I feel nothing of sacrificing others, thinking sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
Yes, that's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? Simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceive the unconscious. That's why I'm not scared.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, I had a choice then.
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled then. And when she did, she looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smiles that betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Alright, let's get rolling. The Blackened disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
The ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is... Yep. Her motivation could have been a lie too.
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
In the world where this is a game show, true. I doubt it though. Celeste remains the top tier character of Danganronpa 1. Top tier character. She's fantastic. Oh no, not a. Oh man. Not a steak? Don't burn her alive. No! Oh god! Yeah, that's not good. The burning of the Witch of Versailles. Oh, this is... Yeah, fitting, but cruel. Very... Oh, man. Yeah. The other two are way better. I mean, Leon's was bad. Don't get me wrong. But there was still probably, like, a baseball that killed him. Yeah, very gothic. You know, it's extremely fitting. What? Oh. Oh, okay, thank God. Alright. She got isekai'd! Good for her! Good for her! Oh, okay, hold on. Now, hold on. In my conspiracy theory, give me 1 second. In my conspiracy theory, Monokuma hasn't actually killed anybody yet. Because all this is like a twisted game to mess with Makoto. Or whatever. Or just for a game show. They could have faked all 3 of these, plausibly. Leon's is the hardest to fake, I think. But possible. All I'm saying is, if they wanted to be undeniable that she's dead, they would have burned her at the stake. Also, that would have been a little too graphic, though. Because like Leon getting pelted with baseballs to death is a lot, but he did get pelted. Like he could have survived that. And Mondo, we didn't even see. He just disappeared. I don't think this is the case. But I'm still thinking about this theory because there's a lot of things that make it make sense. The hardest one to explain is actually the person I'm most suspicious is still alive. That is the problem I have right now. Yes, no, absolutely. This is better despair. I'm just saying, it also plays into my other theory. That's all I'm saying. The person I'm the most convinced may not be dead is the one who'd be hardest to fake. By far. That's the other thing I have to say about this. Is that in the world the executions are fake, the hardest to fake is Junko's, but Junko is the one that I'm the most suspicious isn't dead. Celeste's death is over. R.I.P. Great gamer. She like really gamed very hard. Incredible levels of gaming. Very fun character. She invented this like fake European personality and manner of speaking. Very, very fun. Very fun. Great character. Did commit a lot of crimes at the end there. But like very, I'm not saying like it was fun. She was super fun. Yeah, most of the characters so far were very fun. The one that's like, I'm trying to think like of people who died or were part of murders so far, like who has sucked the most. And it might even like literally be, or who I've like not enjoyed. It's like probably Leon. You know what I mean? Because like the Mondo and Chihiro thing, like at least it was messy, but it ended up pretty well. In the like one reading that we are running with for the time being. Leon was just kind of boring. Saki at least had a plan. Yeah, I agree too, Bloom. I was gonna say this too earlier. Yes, exactly. Hiro and Aoi are the only two like innocent people, roughly. Sakura is not going to kill someone intentionally, but she super could kill somebody if push came to shove. If like someone attacked her, she could absolutely ice somebody. Everybody else here is like, so there's those 3 who I'm not sus of starting a murder. Everybody else, though. So let's get my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I'd considered her a friend too. And for him to come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of the regrets from the outside world, so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation. Okay. Kyoko. In my theory that I'm still working on, this is Kyoko. And Kyoko's trying to get Makoto to do this.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
Yes. You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but reality can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long you can make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So what's the deal with that?
What?
What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me? Okay.
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh. How exciting.
Oh man, oh geez, oh man. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I know nothing about it. What was that just now? The no, not the masterminds. Monokuma. This is into Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time to get out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'm thinking about it, of course.
see ya later.
Oh man, oh jeez. Yeah. Speaking of. But no need to go further into that other than. Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Yeah. Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers. Then that means, Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
Suppose it's sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well, then you better go check. So Celeste did not live up to my high expectations of being the top tier gamer, but she gamed extremely hard. This was an incredibly well set up case, and she mostly got screwed over by Hifumi.
Indeed.
Good idea. So, good read. Yeah, it's not good. Of the recording and rushed to the dressing room. Oh. She approached the dressing room. Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm gonna go on alone from here. True, Bloom, that's fair. She should not have... And she knew that. She knew she shouldn't have picked Hifumi. Everyone else at the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced with the other... That's the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? It's the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You. Please let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Bia.
well then.
Up to you now.
Yo!
Gotta go to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto and Kyoko are going to go together. Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. Okay. We saw alter ego. Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? Kept you waiting, huh? It's safe, thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It's like she's speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the whole time. And I think I might be able to open the next set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little while longer. Last set of files. So now we can really say the case is closed. As far as this is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, why don't you be honest with me? Kyoko, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
you...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, there's something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared, we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural to think of the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No, I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? You believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too, because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
And maybe I can believe in you, just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided to confirm she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for that time to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. Said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Okay. Alright. I think we have an opportunity here to take a save. I could be wrong about that though. I do want to see it. Should we just see it? I do want to see it, but like if this is gonna be a whole thing, I do have to go soon. I don't want to get involved. I don't have to rush a whole thing. Do we know if it's a whole thing or not? If it's like a quick little, oh my god, and then it cuts to end of chapter, then we'll do that. I reserve my right to pause. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I reserve my right to pause. It's a closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko telling me, could it really be here? Said it was way in the back, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, it was way in the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I was being yanked in. At the same time I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door and I made it to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
It's a storage closet. Way in the back, it's a secret room. So this is the room. What's in here? Oh my god. A desk with drawers, but this though is probably a big deal. Bunch of files that look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything one file at the edge that's pushed up caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry? This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Had someone been looking at it recently? I set the file into my hands, but before I just take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I can understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is it? My head feels funny. A strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Okay, memory theory, top of mind right now. Memory erasure theory is very high. Yo, what? A strange sound rang out through my head. Go shaking my brain back and forth, and then darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ugh, ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Oh dear. Empty bookshelf. Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should get back to my room. Get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back to my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. Ugh. The further I walked, the more I felt. This is the first time we've had time unknown, by the way. The first time. Things are getting blurry. I can't see in front of me. I couldn't saw someone collapsing right there. And after that... Huh? As if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. What sound? Coming from the gym? Oh, God. I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym. The sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I slowly opened the door. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. the sounds coming in from inside me will only intensify that much more. What? You're right. Before me raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not humans, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. But to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
Whoa! The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No longer compromise. No longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Holy moly.
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? I mean, could it be? The mastermind spy is... What? 7 remain. Oh, that's a cliffhanger. Oh, we got Super Robo Justice. Pog. Holy moly. Okay. This is a good time to stop, though. We're gonna get sucked in. Okay. Holy moly. Well, this changes everything, folks. Well, no, it doesn't. No, it does. It does. It changes. Wait, who? But who did the... Who was mask person? Junko couldn't have fit her hair in the mask. It couldn't be Junko. Was someone... Oh my god. It could have been Kyoko in the mask. Sakura being the spy does scan. She was just sort of vaguely cooperative the whole time. But we were very clear she wasn't going to kill anybody. This is wild. Holy cow. What the heck? I'm so excited. Next week, I mean... Oh, it is next week. Dang. I was like, is it Thursday? It is Thursday. Dang. Oh, man. Okay. Next week, Monday. Oh, an eternity. Also, Fire Emblems next week. Yeah, that was good. Glad we did that. I know, I'm sorry. But we could do it on Sunday, but we were doing the talk show on Sunday. We can move the talk show if people want to do Danganronpa on Sunday. We're doing Engage next week. But we'll make sure we get caught up on this a little bit first before we take a day off to do Engage. I think so, Bloom, yeah. Trying to get the patient skill leveled up. Oh my god, this is so insane. I got a lot of brewing to do. Yeah, it's weekly. Yeah. So it's... Yeah, Engage we don't need to rush on either. We can finish Danganronpa 1 first before starting Engage, maybe. Well, because again, but you also want to mix the schedule up, so maybe we'll do like 1 day of Engage next week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We also got more Denki King. The reviews. Yeah, I am getting it, I think. You know, what am I gonna do? Not get it? I could not get it. But it's Fire Emblem, you know what I mean? We didn't learn Fire Emblem to not play Fire Emblem. So, you know. And plus it's like too stupid not to play. Halfway through. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Well, yeah, there's just a lot to think about now. There's just a lot to think about. There is so much happening in this game. Sakura was the spy. It's blowing my mind right now. It makes sense, but like, oh my god, what? So yeah, RIP Celeste. There's so much happening. I'm so invested in the deep lore. I'm so invested in the deep lore. This game is actually doing a phenomenal job with the deep lore. I think it's like it's handling it really well, giving us like enough shreds to be interested, but not enough to like really get a full picture yet. Which is smart because they're playing pretty fair with the murder mystery stuff. I don't think there's really that much hidden information in the murder mystery. I'm trying to think if there is anything, but I don't think so. I think the murder mystery stuff's been very played straight, which is great. I think that's huge. Really important for murder mysteries. But the deep lore is not because it's a slow burn, slow reveal. Now, this has been awesome. So the question is, who was in the mask and suit? And the mask and suit could be Kyoko. Oh, fair. Also fair. I mean, we got Leon and Mondo. Or not Leon, Taka and Mondo. I'm sorry. So, yeah, they've been playing by the rules. They've been playing fair for the murder mystery rules. And Hyando, yes, true. Their fusion, their ship name, fusion and/or ship name. Wow, Sakura, that was not on my list. Hero I had on my list because Hero I could buy faking it this whole time. Oh, I couldn't pause. Oh, dude, I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, I'm so lost. Someone explain it to me. That could be an act. It could still be an act. But man, Sakura the Sanzai, yeah. Wow. Our first time unknown segment too. Green UI. What the heck? Mind's blown. Mind blown. That was crazy. Very cool. Anyway, that's it. Wow. We have a lot to think about for next time. So, stream folks will talk about that. YouTube folks, thank you all for being here. If you also... Oh, apparently there's developer commentary that if Mondo and Taka lived, they would have been in a happy relationship. R.I.P. Playlist above for more Danganronpa. Come by and join us live, twitch.tv/SL_TV. Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully I will see you all live. Subscribe below for content. Hit the button if you want to help out the channel and get yourself some more related videos in the algorithm as well. Thoughts if you got them below. Hopefully we'll see you online or on Discord until next time. Peace.